Hey y'all, how's it going? Okay, this is all weird. It kind of echoes in here too. I'm like, this is different. Hey, crazy nurse. Hey, lurker. What you guys doing? What y'all up to? So, we're gonna do like a kind of a set the stage situation before I hop back into content. So that's why I'm coming on to do this, just to kind of lay out where I'm headed, what I'm doing, to give people kind of a choice. I'm not doing drama, y'all. I'm not. I have been asked to commentate on so many things that I think are absolutely fucking ridiculous, personally. And I will offend a ton of people if I give my honest opinion about a lot of this stuff. I will offend the crap out of everybody. Let's just put it that way. I have a good chance of doing that. Look at, I got flyaways going on, and it's my gray hairs. Look at that shit. I'm telling you, I'm turning gray. Hey, Natflo. Hey, Bell Bell. Hey, LG. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Britt. So, if you're expecting me, which I've been getting a lot of emails, and it's kind of odd because I address things that concern me, but these aren't things that concern me. They concern people I like, but me commentating on it is not going to change the situation. And I need to make people understand that and aware of things. Plus, I don't take the side that people would assume I'm going to take on this. All the crap. Hey, Les. I have not been doing normal content at all. So I just, Stargazer, I'm so sorry you're sick. Hey, Patty. Hey, y'all. I've missed you guys. It's actually daytime too. Look, I got a buddy. Kenzie, my office is not set up, y'all. Kenzie's makeup desk is, we combined our desks. So her makeup room is in here too. We're going to put stuff on the back wall. All of this will be organized, and we'll have friends in the corner, of course. In fact, we already have one in the corner. Isabella's back there with me. So they have a chair. They'll have a couch here pretty soon to sit on too. But I just haven't gotten everything done. There's been other stuff. So let me set the playing field here. I came onto YouTube talking about exploitation and people who exploit tragedies. Hey, Lit Central. Hey, Kay. Yes, it kind of echoes in here though. I'm noticing now that I'm in here. I'm like, Yeah, crazy nurse, same thing. I'm not doing it. I really enjoy deep diving into the exploitation and the insanity that goes on. The drama piece of it, y'all, the infighting that's going on. I know, blank screen, right? A blank wall. It's better than my bed though, right? Hey, Heather. Yeah, there's so much happening that needs to be talked about with exploitation, manipulation, faith manipulation, emotional manipulation. That is endless. Plus, for me, I like to talk about things I'm personally interested in. I can't get into things that I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in BHB. Hate to say it, I'm just not. I watch other people do content on her. I can handle that. For me, nope. No. Because I'd say some shit. That would probably get me in trouble. So I leave that to the professionals, and I'm not going to jump in that bandwagon. I originally thought maybe I'll do some BHB content. No, not going to touch it. And it's not because I don't think she's a terrible person. I think she's horrific. It's because there's so many other things. We make these people famous, unfortunately, and they're not famous, but in YouTube standards, like, we are giving these people views by continuing to like wash, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing with Molly. It's a double-edged sword because, hey, Miss Leah, there's a fine line of when it jumps from awareness of the exploitation and the harm that they do into straight drama. And currently we have been in nothing but straight drama. Every stream that I turn on, Burnt hosted a great breakdown. I would go watch that. If you're interested in her, like if BHB content, Burnt Toast, Blank Screen does stuff, Headstones, Headlines, Bash, The Tragedy Pimps, they all do BHB content and do it well. So I'm not doing it, just not going to do it. We're going to talk about things that I care about. Exploitation, the victims. This whole, like, I don't even recognize a lot of the people on here after the last couple months. I don't recognize this flip-flop, wish-wash, double standard bullshit that's going on. I sat and watched in horror some of the stuff that's been going on. It's like, what has happened out here? People have gotten so lost in the sauce that they're not doing anything besides drama. It's drama. It's pure drama. Hey, Rockabit. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's not what I'm coming back to do. I'm not going to do it. Please stop messaging me, asking me my opinions on this shit, because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I hate to say it, but I don't. I'm not doing this drama shit. I don't care. People come and go. The infighting's ridiculous. I want to use my voice for something that actually matters to me. It matters to me. At the end of the day, as long as it matters to someone, which it's my content, it's got to matter to somebody. But I'm passionate about all of this crap because now we have people who are exploiting the Frankie children, completely exploiting them. This has long ramifications, lifelong ramifications for that family. And you have these anti-family bloggers. Yeah, I'm talking about a few of them specifically, which we will get into, who are using the children's names, faces, all of this stuff and putting it into content on the daily, all day long, that they're this high and mighty, all this stuff. No, you're fucking exploiting these children's pain and tragedy. That is trauma that they are going to have to carry through their entire lives. I don't care. It's just gross. It's fucking gross. And there's such a big group of them doing it. The anti-family vloggers are like, ooh, a lot of them. There's some good ones out there, and that will like blur the children's faces, things like that. And then there is, nobody wants to hear me talk about drama because it's the same old bullshit every day. It's just the same shit. But I am so disappointed in so many people. And I tell you what, oh God, Blank Screen. The Summer Wells coverage is absolutely freaking disgusting. And it just continues all day, every day. That's terrible. We're going to talk about Tim Ballard. Sorry, y'all, but there's some crazy shit getting broke down there. I knew it was coming, but we're not even at the tip of that iceberg yet. And that has a lot of, like, people are like, well, that doesn't really affect it. Bullshit. When they're sending millions of dollars to this anti-trafficking organization that he has nothing to do with currently. And he is out here allegedly, that's the allegations that are being thrown. And the whole way that this is all going down, this affects people that are fighting for trafficking. What are you guys talking about? You guys are all like, lit. It is so freaking bad. It is so freaking bad. The Summer Wells stuff just absolutely makes me sick. Those people have ran that little girl's story into the ground. Absolutely ran it into the ground. And then I see people covering the exploitation and hashtagging Summer's name and almost doing the same thing. And I'm just like, you give up at a point in time. You're like, but I'm not going to get into this because if I get into the drama, let me just say, I say everything with, hey, Marie, I say everything out front. And I would offend people majorly because a lot of y'all have this perception of some people out here that they're these amazing, y'all would be disappointed if you really know. Y'all would be really disappointed because the hypocritical bullshit, I see you hypocrites and I raise you tenfold because I don't forget what the fuck you've done to me. That's that. So the drama shit I'm not doing. We're going to hop into the Tim Ballard. We're going to discuss that stuff. We're going to discuss the uni stuff, which is a whole shit show in itself, but it's actually kind of funny. We're going to talk about Tyler Feller because the little feller fuck has been talking about deportation. He is really, really set on deporting everybody. Hey, Tyler, guess what? You dumb fuck. Just because your skin's white doesn't mean your upper people didn't immigrate to the United States too. Oh, shit. Isn't that a shocker? How do you think your family got here? Oh, they came on a freaking boat, didn't they? Wow. Shocking. That shit pisses me off so bad. The entitlement of some of these fucking people. But he's been talking about, that Danilo Cavalcante, he has been, they need deported, this needs deported. And if you are pro-deportation and think that you have some, because you're white-skinned, sit the fuck down. Sit down, because we are all immigrants. We really are. Like, we took a whiskey barrel of, I mean, it's the truth. I'm sorry. I'm not pulling any punches. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of those situations because, hey, Grandma Sherry, did I say hi to Glory? Glory, did I say hi to you? I don't know. I'm kind of watching. Hey, cool gamer. Oh, Brittany. I've caught him a few times recently, and why is it the men too? There's just a creepy vibe that I get. Hey, dumb country chicken, that has this, like, the whole vibe of the anti-family vloggers. Why does it have to be these creepy men who claim they're dads of the year, basically? Why are they the ones doing this shit? It is so weird to me that they're like, the creepy of the creepy is calling out these family vloggers and using these children's pain and suffering for exploitation and monetization. Like, it will never sit for me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. What are you doing?
I was gonna come say hi.
You can come say hi. No, I'm just ranting. I'm just letting them down slowly because I've been getting so many emails about getting into the drama and, like, my opinion on certain shit. So
no drama.
Well, there's always a little drama.
Well, we're not in the drama field though.
Revival.
More of the calling people out that are assholes field.
Revival. We need to go down that road. 100%. I've seen enough that there's a lot there. There's a lot there. There's Kyle.
Hello.
She's 25 from 1,000. Y'all get your alts out. Go. Oh, go grab your pineapple swim trunks. You don't have to put them on. Okay. I'm not joking, y'all. And guess what? He wore them when our friends came over on Sunday, and we were all laughing our asses off because that's just Kyle. That's just how Kyle rolls. We took the littles to school. By the way, update for those of you that care. The littles had an excellent first day at school. They had such a fun day. They made friends. I got to share something with you guys. One of the little girls with the older, I know, we're not swingers, by the way, but Kyle's got, and look at the upside down ones just happen to be placed in the crotch.
And the butt.
The butt and the crotch are the only place that they're, well, right here. And yeah, that's the only place that they're really upside down. Isn't that fitting?
I like them.
He looks good in them. They're a little big on him, but.
These are the small ones.
Oh, I was going to do the beach towels. I already loaded it halfway, but I forgot to grab the towels downstairs, and there's already pods in there. If you go grab me the beach towels that are all hanging, I'll wash all of those. Sorry, he's having it. Yeah, they're only in the crotch. It's like, of course that is. So we're going to jump into that stuff, but let me finish that story. One of the little ones, so yesterday was their first day, and one of the girls wrote her a note that said, she passed the oldest a note and said, "I'm sorry, I have social anxiety and a speech issue, but I would like to be your friend." That's what the note she passed to my little, and my little was like, "Oh I have the same issues. She was so excited. She's like, I've made so many friends already. Alana, the youngest, checked out 3 books from the library and read 2 of them yesterday. That kid cannot put down books. And we're not talking like 10-page books. We're talking like thick 200 plus page books. She read 2 of them from last night when they got home till this morning. She couldn't put them down. So she took them back today so she could go back to the library on lunch and switch them out. She's obsessed with reading. She's amazing though. She's my little autistic one, but she is incredible. They just had a great day. They had a great day. Oh, there he is in the comments now. Oh my goodness. Kay, they had a great time. I think we all feel so supported. We all went in there like the Clampets, Kyle, Kenzie, all of us went, hey, Liberator. It was just amazing though. I feel so supported here in the school system and everything. Like they were all great to all of us. The girls felt so supported and so excited. Like they were just great.
This is incredible here. Everything is a fresh start.
Yeah, it's great. It's been wonderful. Okay, so here's my question for you guys. Britt says, there's my handsome boyfriend.
Hi, Brittany.
Yes, it went really well. It was such a relief, y'all. Like, I think I was more anxious, to be honest, than they were. I really do. Like, they're pretty resilient and can just kind of like hop into anything, but I was definitely feeling it. And I was like worn out. The stress just put me out. But we had friends over on Sunday. They're friends. You guys know Christina. Anyways, Christina and her family came over and it was just a wonderful day. We had such a wonderful day and it like amped them up to be even more excited about school. It was just good. It was a great time. Yes, Grandma Sherry, the same's going to be for you. The same's going to be for you. A new start. Great new start. Okay. So, where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start with the Tim Ballard, which let me tell you, the tea that's coming out is just starting to kind of unravel and it's going to trickle. And if you don't know who Tim Ballard is the founder of OUR, which is Operation Underground Railroad, which he is no longer a part of whatsoever. But he, like in an unprecedented move, this is groundbreaking stuff that's happening with him because the LDS Church excommunicates a lot of people. Like it is very common for the church to excommunicate people, but the way they're going about it, they have not released any information to their own congregation on their news release sites, but they gave a detailed letter to Vice News, a detailed statement to Vice News, and broke out all sorts of stuff. And Tim Ballard is over here claiming that it's not true. There's a lot of evil going on. So he's going on his conspiracy realms already because he claims that it's because it got leaked that he was going to announce his candidacy and all sorts of shit. Like it's crazy and it's going to get intense. But let me talk about exploitation and manipulation to it. It's over the top. And the allegations are sexual misconduct allegations, and there are victims coming forward, and it is bad. It is bad. It is bad. It is bad. No, it's in our room revival. Yeah, absolutely. Beefers. A lot of times they have so much to cover. They have so much to cover up on their own. And that's why, like, the Mormon Church, like, this is a big deal. People don't understand that the Mormon Church has promoted him. He had an apostle, which is Russell Ballard, that literally helped him, the Attorney General of Utah. It is crazy. Oh, Rockabit, that is so exciting. I'm so glad to hear. Men use tape measures. Yes. Yeah. There's tape measures all over my house. Oh my gosh, Marie. Yeah, very similar. But I would love to get into some of that if you guys are interested in that. We can talk about Tyler Feller. We can mix in some of this stuff because Tyler Feller is using faith manipulation to control his audience. Meanwhile, talking about deporting, and again, yes, he was here illegally. I get it, but the man killed an American citizen. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Okay. Like Tyler Feller is just a fuck. And he is using his whole Tyler Feller ministry to exploit all sorts of victims and their tragedies. And he is really honing in on this Frankie situation and the Hildebrandt situation, which, let me tell you, I know people that have actually seen Hildebrandt in person. It is crazy. So where do you guys want to start? You tell me. Are you okay with dumping into the Tim Ballard stuff and mixing in Tyler Feller and the Frankie? They all of it works together. Every bit of it works together. Marie, yeah, I'm sure you get a lot of it over there. We actually, on the way to the girls' school, there's a big Roman Catholic church, a huge Roman Catholic church. I don't know many people that don't have, well, I seem to really draw people who have religious trauma. Tim Ballard. Okay, Marie, we're going to hop into that. Have you guys seen what's happening there? Oh, God. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me pull it up. Because it is really funny. I have something in my bottom lip right now, and it's driving me nuts. I don't know what it is. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, and by the way, we are going to have a new intro that's only going to be a minute long. It's just basically to get everything situated so I don't cuss within the first minute too. That's what it's going to be. And I'm doing a whole new buttons and everything like that. So we will have all of that stuff soon. All right, let me show you guys this. Okay, so this is the New York Post. This was an hour ago that they just released this. Hold on. So this says Sound of Freedom hero Tim Ballard accused of sexual misconduct against 6 women. 7. Why did I say 6? 7. I can't even read. I love how they put in there, a married anti-child slavery activist who was the inspiration for the Sound of Freedom film. They claimed it was a true story, which again, we've talked about that extensively. It is not a true story. He was not responsible for what the movie claims he was responsible for. Liliana, for instance, rescued herself. She was not rescued by Tim or any organization that he had anything to do with. Sound of Freedom film has been dogged by allegations he sexually harassed 7 women on overseas missions and took advantage of a Mormon elder. Now, I disagree with that. I disagree with the fact that they're claiming he took advantage of a Mormon elder, because the Mormon elders were absolutely using Tim just as much as Tim was using them. There was a definite cohabitation and advantage for both of them. Again, you can see Russell Ballard, President Russell Ballard of the LDS Church, used Tim and name dropped him in a lot of his stuff. So there was definitely a mutual thing there. Tim Ballard, who founded the anti-sex trafficking organization Operation Underground Freedom a decade ago, abruptly resigned in June after the group started probing sexual misconduct claims about him, Vice News reported Monday. That is true. Vice News, fantastic. John DeLynn, fantastic. Lynn Packer, fantastic. They have done deep dives on all this stuff. Sources familiar with the investigation said Ballard, who was portrayed by Jim Caviezel on screen in The Sound of Freedom, had allegedly asked women to act as his wife on undercover missions carried out to rescue sex trafficking victims. He allegedly pressured women to share a bed or a shower with him during the missions, suggesting it was necessary to fool the traffickers, the sources claimed. Meanwhile, he is married. Kind of sounds to me like just a way to have an affair and get women to do what you want, and use the guise of you're helping saving trafficked children a little bit. Ballard, a former Department of Homeland Security official, was accused. You go away. I got a pop-up, sorry. Ballard, a former Department of Homeland Security official, was also accused of sending one woman an underwear-clad photo of himself and asking how far she was willing to go to save trafficked kids. While Ballard's sudden exit from OUR was publicly reported 3 months ago, neither him or the organization offered up an explanation at the time. He still will not comment or claim anything. He just says that it's all fake. He said it's not true. It's not true. It's all evil, blah, blah, blah. It's interesting, too, that he's got this guy that travels with him that's not allowed to be out of his sight according to Tim's own words, his wife won't let this guy be away from him. Is it a bodyguard? Is it a counselor? Or is it just somebody to make sure he's not having affairs? I mean, hey, the outcome of the investigation wasn't immediately clear. Ballard hasn't publicly addressed the sexual harassment allegations. Nope, still hasn't. A spokesperson for OUR also wouldn't address the claims leveled against Ballard, but said in a statement Monday that the organization is dedicated to combating sexual abuse and does not tolerate sexual harassment or discrimination by anyone in its organization. Now, he is no longer associated with OUR, even though he was the founder. I don't buy that because we'll get into how they set up all these 501Cs that kind of trickle down. He is now allegedly, according to what they claim, he is affiliated with a place called the Spear Fund. It's basically the same thing as OUR. It's based out of Hawaii with a lady by the name of Jessica, who is a nurse. She might be an ARNP. I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to look again. I'm a little rusty on my details of that, but he is now doing the same thing with another fund. Basically the same thing. OUR retained an independent law firm to conduct a comprehensive investigation of all relevant allegations, and OUR continues to assess and improve the governance of the organization and protocols for its operations. Prior to the allegations made publicly, the Church of... Listen to this shit. Prior to the allegations being made public, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, of which Ballard is a devout member, I added devout, had put out a statement accusing the activist of exploiting his relationship with a Mormon elder, M. Russell Ballard, which there's no relation, to promote personal and financial interests. The church, without elaborating, denounced Ballard's activity as morally unacceptable. This is huge because, as I said, there's so many people that have been excommunicated, and the church doesn't do this usually. Like, this is a PR nightmare. And there is so many things that are popping off with it. President Ballard and Tim Ballard, no relation, established a friendship a number of years ago, the church statement said, which you can go and find yourself. They definitely had a relationship. Once it became clear Tim Ballard had betrayed their friendship through the unauthorized use of President Ballard's name for Tim Ballard's personal advantage and activity regarded as morally unacceptable, President Ballard withdrew his association. Seems like a little damage control. President Ballard never authorized his name, the name or the church, to be used for Tim's personal or financial interests, the statement continued. Yet you can find articles that President Russell Ballard, called Tim a wonderful family friend. Tim refers to President Russell Ballard as a grandfather of sorts. This seems like the church is trying to get in front of something that seems a little fishy to me. Ballard, who is weighing a run for the U.S. Senate seat in Utah against Mitt Romney, lashed out over the weekend, denying that he exploited his relationship with the church elder. Supposedly, he got a message from, we'll get into all that, but he supposedly consulted a psychic, and the psychic told him to announce his candidacy on October 10th, 10/10/23. So it was leaked that he was going to announce his candidacy, and this shit just broke off. Everything you hear is not true, he said in a footage obtained by Fox 13, which we will watch that later on. President Ballard is like a grandfather to me. Never in my life, ever, have I used his name to raise money, to make some business deal. It never happened. Bullshit. I added that. Bullshit. But it was it was mutual. They both used each other. Let's call it what it is. He added, this is breaking down my family like you can't believe. Absolutely. And the sad thing is I do feel pity for his family, because if you are shunned from the Mormon Church and that is what you have been your entire life, like this perfect Mormon, and your father is excommunicated or publicly denounced in the Mormon Church, that basically for many people is almost like life ending. And I hate to say that, but it is. Like, this is their entire world. has been developed on being this perfect Mormon and then here to have their father, and they will get harassed, they will get targeted, they will get all of the things that are happening, and that sucks. Again, he put his family in that position. Unfortunately, I think he's a piece of shit, but I still feel bad for his family. I even feel bad for him because this is a shitty ass move of the church. Ballard went on to say that he didn't believe the statement condemning him had actually come from the church, despite it being released by an official spokesperson. Dane Anderson is the guy's name that actually signed the statement. And a follow-up statement released on his behalf by the Spear Fund, an organization he now serves as senior advisor. Ballard doubled down on the claim. It has been alleged that an unnamed LDS church spokesman, it's not unnamed, issued a statement about me through a tabloid, which he's referring to Vice News, that is often hostile to people of faith. Further, my church has not publicly verified its authenticity, he said. But nobody will return his phone calls. Okay. We are also highly suspicious of the timing of such a statement, given its close proximity to Mitt Romney's announcement that he is retiring. Told ya, here comes the conspiracy theories. And my own public comments that I am prayerfully considering running for public office. The LDS Church does not engage in political activity. Bullshit! That's my added again. That is bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. The LDS Church has its hand in every freaking thing. And let me just say, I'm so glad to be out of Utah. And when I give you guys the full rundown of how Utah did our family and what we actually learned in Utah, oh, hell, it's insane looking back. Like, it's like, whoa. In any event, nothing will change my core beliefs. As someone within the church did release the statement, I am absolutely confident that the right people will step in and ensure that the proper due process is followed as the rules of the church dictate. His statement did not address the sexual misconduct allegations. Of course it didn't. Okay, so that's that. It's some big shit, y'all, because, yeah, bullshit. Absolute bullshit. It is, it's maddening to see them lie. Like liars lying on liars, lying on liars. Like, they had a really good relationship. Tim Ballard is in Boston right now doing this walking tour. Let me lay the scene for you. So people are paying him upwards of $5,000 to go on this tour because he claims that he knows where the Americas basically started and that Joseph Smith was part of the founding of America, blah, blah, blah. So they do this walking tour. It's mostly Mormon people. I would say it's probably 99.9%. There might be a foot of somebody that's not Mormon on this tour, but they're paying him over $5,000 to go on this tour. So meanwhile, this all starts coming down and Vice News releases this. And he gives a statement to his people on his tour. He's outside this monument in Boston, just going off about like, it's not true. But here's the thing. He does have some standing because this is not how the church usually does shit. They have excommunicated so many people and it's never been like this. It's never been like this. The public, if LDS does something, they usually, let's talk about this. Have you seen them excommunicate and publicly make statements against Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, Jody Hildebrandt, Ruby Franke, Kevin Franke, which, by the way, Kevin, you're a piece of shit and you're just as guilty, in my opinion, as Ruby. Negligence. I don't give a shit. You had a duty to protect your children. Right? You've never seen them. They don't come out and do things like this. They really don't. And then they're saying that the Mormon Church doesn't have anything to do with political. Mitt Romney is LDS. A lot of prominent Utah, especially, are LDS. Oh, the church is reeling with PR nightmares right now. You've got the Jody Hildebrandt situation. Do you guys understand that the church was paying her? They were sending people to her and paying her, like the whole thing. And by the way, Connections and OUR had dealings together too. They were all in, yeah. It's just the bad of the bad of the bad all connects. It is so crazy. Yep. They're absolutely this is just it is wild to watch. But I think that's where we're going to start. I'll get my notes out and pull all my videos up, and we'll do that because this shit's interesting. If you don't understand like how, let me give you a breakdown of how the church controls the church people. So in order to build the temple, for instance, just a random, like how they do it. So you would think that they would go with any contractor, right? Like they're all about making sure everybody has a wonderful life, helping the needy. So you would think they'd hire contractors. Well, no, it's only contractors that are LDS. If you are not LDS, a member of the LDS church, you cannot work on any of their buildings, especially the temples. The temples themselves, let me give you a cost breakdown. So typical house buildings, Walmart buildings, any big like 60,000 square feet buildings, right? They usually have these big commercial companies come in, and they usually charge, average is about $300 to $500 per square foot for plumbing, HVAC for the whole entire building. It's expensive. But you want to know what the Mormon temples cost and how much the Mormon members that own these construction companies, who are all family tied to somebody within the 12 or the quorum or anything like that? $2,500 a square foot. Upwards of $2,500 per square foot. So in a $60,000 or 60,000 square foot building, which some of these temples are, some of them are massive, to do the HVAC and the plumbing at $2,500 a square foot, $150 plus million, when it should be between 300 to 500 a square foot, and they're charging upwards of 2,500. And then they take 10% of that income, that revenue, and they tithe it back to the church. So of 150 million, they're tithing back 15 million into the church. Why do you think the church is one of the richest organizations in the world? This is why it just continues to go. And if they are so blatantly lying, the political stuff, the stuff that they had nothing to do with Tim, all of this crap. If you search President Russell Ballard, which again, no relation to Tim, you can find Russell Ballard name dropping Tim. Oh, and we're going to talk about their wilderness children's camp too, because the whole troubled teen market is growing and it's disgusting. They're taking kids out into the Arizona desert. It's 15 minutes from here. In Mesa is where the Anasazi Wilderness Camp is, their headquarters are. It's upwards of $16,000 for 49 days for these kids to be tortured, unsafe, in my opinion. Tortured and unsafe are my opinion. By people who claim that this foundation is non-denominational. Bullshit! It's all Mormons. And it's all Mormons that are funneling their kids there. Kids that possibly might have played with the devil's lettuce, possibly might be swearing, possibly might have sexual urges, possibly might be thinking they're LGBTQ. This is basically one of their reboot camps. That's where they sent one of the Frankie children to. Unfortunately, Utah and Arizona are filled with this, and they are exploiting the shit out of it. Yeah. Yep, and it's discrimination. Like it is sad. It is terrible. It is horrific. And people don't understand too with the FLDS. So there is still polygamous ties. A lot of it comes down and it goes. There's a lot of genetic mutations that cause a lot of things that are still trickled down from inbreeding. I hate to say it like that, but that's exactly what it is. There can be issues similar to what we see in West Virginia. Like there's a lot. And if you're not Mormon, good luck getting services in Utah. I'm just telling you, like the connection of all of this shit, the fact that Connections and OUR and all of these Utah. Oh, and by the way, did you know that the Mormon Church pays the family vloggers? Do you guys understand that? These family vloggers that make the LDS lifestyle look amazing. They actually give them kickbacks for promoting the LDS church. It is, I'm the hands that cross and all of this shit are wild, y'all. Oh, absolutely. Stargazer, 100%. The cult makings on all of this stuff are Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has some of the worst abuse allegations whatsoever. And here we are. We have, I think it's still 33. I don't know if there's more that signed on. 33 church or states that are willing to protect their clergy members and pastors so they can't be prosecuted for sexual abuse. But yeah, we're funneling millions of dollars into these organizations that are just basically circling around and lining the pockets of rich members. Yeah. Yep. 100% Beefrigs. And here's the other part. So the Frankie situation. So Jody Hildebrandt was a licensed therapist. I think she still currently has her license. But so how it works is if you are a member of the Mormon Church or even an outside member, if you cannot afford counseling and your bishop determines that you need counseling services, if they recommend a counselor, which most of them are in-house, so they're LDS counselors. It's so sick. The bishop takes money out of their tithing, their budget, to pay these counselors. So when these counselors are billing, they don't have insurance to bill, they're billing the Mormon Church. And the Mormon Church is paying these counselors to abuse our children, basically. And unfortunately, Jody Hildebrandt is not alone in this bullshit. It is disgusting. And they cover up so much abuse. And the way that they talk about, like, I've met some of these higher up apostles and shit like that. We went to conference, all of this stuff. I'm not even joking. They protect the shit out of them. That is why Kyle and I, we actually went into a meeting with our ward bishop, and our bishop was amazing in the ward. Like, he was absolutely incredible. Don't get me wrong. Like I say all the time, there's good Mormons and there are bad people in each and every religion. He was a rare find. But little girls who are 11 before they get into young women's groups, so depending on what age you're looking at getting into it, they have to go in and have a one-on-one conversation with a Mormon bishop and tell them if they've had sexual urges, if they've done anything like touch themselves, if they have had thoughts, feelings, if they've been molested. And even if they were to tell their bishops 9 times out of 10 that they've been touched by a family member, somebody else in authority, it gets covered up. Stargazer, absolutely. They actually breach confidentiality all the time. That's why Jody Hildebrandt lost her license for 18 months. Well, it was, I guess you would say, if she didn't lose it, she got it back, but she actually got in trouble because she was a gentleman. She was counseling a gentleman, and she went to the college and to the church and told them everything he had released to her confidentially, and he was excommunicated and kicked out of school. They ruin people's lives. And let me just say, the purity culture in Utah is unbelievable. If you guys could only hear my littles tell the stories of even going to school there, you are identified as Mormon or non-Mormon in public schools. If you are not Mormon, you're the outcast kids. If you're Mormon, then you're on it is a complete divide. Mormons don't associate very rarely without Mormons. It is very cliquey. The good people do. The ones that are seeking this perfectionism, they don't. Last I checked, Perry, I don't think her license is suspended again yet. I think they were actually talking about letting her, it was making me sick. She could agree to signing it off her license, willfully giving it up. But I don't know if that's happened yet. That was back in 2012. I'll check the date for you for sure. But she lost her license years ago for just a period of 18 months. and then she was reinstated. But her clientele comes from the Mormon Church and the bishop's recommendations 9 times out of 10. That's who, it's the same thing. It's just funneled back and forth. Hey, happy. Oh, yes. Jessie is great. Jessie did a great interview, and people are questioning her. Zab girl was questioning the reality of her story. And I'm like, you dumb little, I don't like that girl. Zab girl is a mess. Oh, mercy. It's crazy though. It is right now, like the Mormon Church, the LDS Church is going through PR nightmare central. But I'm going to hop off here because I got to go get kids. But I just wanted to like give you a rundown of where I've been, what I am like really deep diving into, because let me just say, this shit is out of control and every bit of it connects. And this is why the foundation of, and let me say this again. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what beliefs you are. Stop fucking using religion to hide your misdeeds. Stop using religion and God's will to abuse children. It is fucking sick. It is disgusting. And it's not just the Mormon Church. Unfortunately, the cult situation is very deep in that one, but it is, oh, I love her, Perry. Cults to Consciousness is wonderful. She is great. And unfortunately, there was another missionary that was just killed overseas too. We could get into a whole deep dive on the missionary stuff because I've done firsthand, like extensive. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get those pictures out. I just had them in my hand the other day, but I have all the pictures of when we took the missionaries. I'll have to edit out their names and their faces, but because they would be excommunicated. But I will post the pictures of when we took the missionaries to the Scientology. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Kyle and I had a blast, and the missionaries were crazy too. They were like, "This is wild." But for Mormon missionaries to think Scientology is wild, it's all kind of the same. The Witness, yes, crazy nurse. No, you're fine, Perry. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. John DeLynn is one of my favorite. Lynn Packer for like actual just straight accounts and information is probably my favorite, which we're going to use some of Lynn's information. John DeLynn is doing a breaking segment right now as we speak. Right now, Mormon Podcast Stories has Vice News on, and they're breaking some new information on this whole Tim Ballard thing. So I encourage you guys to go watch them. We'll do some deep dives. The other ones that are great are Jordan and McKay. I think I said that right. Is it McKay? I think it's McKay. They're really good. The ex-Mormons. Some of those people are amazing, and the history and the family ties, and then you have Scientology protecting, rapists, in my opinion. Anybody else? You got any ideas of things you want me to cover? So we're going to cover the religious manipulation, the faith-based manipulation. We will talk about Tyler Feller and how it all these, these are big, manipulation tactics and faith stuff, but it trickles down into our everyday YouTube world. Hey, Mercedes girl, it is tangible right here. We can talk about this and then look at Tyler Feller and see the same exact shit. Thank you, Elle. Look at Elle over here. By the way, y'all, Amethyst is working on a video and it is fantastic. Let me just say, I'm so proud of her. She is doing an incredible video that needs to be done. It is heartbreaking. It is absolutely horrifying, but she has done a great job highlighting one story of a homeless gentleman that was killed brutally and the police officers got away with it. It's terrible, but she's done an incredible job. I can't wait for her. Please go check out Elle's Missing Persons channel. She's been doing great. Y'all, there's some great things happening. And it's not the drama. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't even barely watch it, y'all. Like, I'm so disgusted by people I actually genuinely liked. And like, I'm so disgusted by so many people right now. So disgusted. All right, y'all. Let me go get kids. And then I will get to work and get my stuff done. Happy. I gotta check my emails, man. I'm so bad right now. But I'm gonna get back in the swing of things. Kyle's measuring my walls for lights. I think we're gonna put LEDs and black out some of this stuff. Yeah, Elle, I'm so excited. I know I've got 20 minutes and it only takes me 8 to get there, but I'm just like, do. I miss you guys, Vic. I always miss you guys. Go ask Alice. It's nothing really exciting. We're just talking about like what we're getting into and staying away from. So, all right. See you guys. I might see you later tonight if I can get some of these clips out, but go watch Mormon podcast stories because there's going to be some breaking shit going on and it's amazing. My heart gets so happy watching these guys get ousted. I don't know. It just makes me happy. See you later.